I've been fortunate that I've travelled around the world quite a bit, and you know, to different third world countries and different places. And I know some of the issues that are there about safety and transport and health, and I know that these are important issues to be dealt with. But I think for me as a parent, at the initial parent meeting, you know, meeting representatives from the Vine Trust, a lot of these answers were really, a lot of the questions or the doubts were really well answered by the team. So for me, there was actually very little concern. I thought this is about the best support that you could get for, you know, youngsters going to experience a new part of the world. So the structure there, the framework's there, and I was very happy with that and very secure with it.
I thought it would be great if Alec could go to Peru, because I'd been there myself before, and it was such a brilliant experience that I thought he would really enjoy it and get a lot out of it.
I didn't have many concerns because I'd met most of the Kyle staff that were going, and I knew that they were trustworthy and that they would obviously not let anything happen to them. But things like illness, I mean, with the best will in the world, it's hard to prevent it sometimes, but I mean, most of the time he was fine, and I think most of them were fine.
It was very hard work raising all that money, and it took a lot of time, but it was definitely worth it for the children to go and see how life is at the other side of the world, and to just experience being away from home for a length of time and long distance travel, and just a really good life experience for them as they set off on their adult lives.
And I know that it struck him so much that he is inspired to, you know, take this forward himself, but he's also rubbed off that energy on his family. So his sister's keen to maybe take a year out and go in the Vine Trust, and there's a lot of people who maybe in a sense are quite jealous that he's been lucky enough to have that opportunity. But he's a changed man because of it.
I think she definitely had a sense of how there are people in the world who have things a lot harder than she does, and her friends do, and probably don't take things for granted quite as much. You've always got that in the back of your mind, I think. And that thing about how you can be happy with less. I think, you know, we live in a culture where people are constantly striving for more and more and more, but it doesn't make them happy. And then seeing those kids who've got absolutely nothing, but they are still happy, I think that was a big lesson for you, wasn't it?
One of the beautiful images I have is of some of the young street kids actually jumping on his back and him carrying them around the courtyard, the playground area, because they loved him so much. And for him, as a teenage boy who probably isn't so used to hugs and affection, it was fantastic to see that relationship being built up with himself and the street kids.
The children will be fine if they take what they need on the kit list, if they follow that, take that, trust the Vine Trust to do what they said they'll do, and it'll be great.
Don't worry, let them go. send them with a glad heart, and I don't think I could think of any other kind of practical tips or anything. But just get involved, actually, get involved with the fundraising and be part of it and enjoy it.
And I think that the advice is this trip's bound to be a little bit of a step into the unknown. For a school community, it's bound to be, because it's a big investment of time. But for the school community, I think it's totally worth it. You know, speaking at a wider level, for parents, I think that it's a little bit about having trust in the people who are supporting the trip. And while there's lots of questions, if you take the time to explore those, you'll get the answers, and at the end of the day feel quite secure that it's the right thing. I think the best thing for parents is to get excited about showing your children a different aspect of the world that they'll never see within Scotland or within the United Kingdom. And you can only really know what that means by going there and tasting it and touching, you know, the different culture and what's involved.